Hi, this is Kyle McCaw with PMI McCaw Properties, and I just wanted to spend some time showing people how our clients end up getting their homes. From finding them, rehabbing them, maybe they're going to flip them, maybe they're going to rent them, but just kind of see a real world example, because you just don't see a lot of that out there. Everybody tells you the afterwards. So we're going to go into the nuts and bolts, how it's done, what we're doing, from good, bad, ugly, everything. So I got Paul Starnes here. He happens to be a hard money lender also with Investmark Mortgage, one of my trusted vendors when it comes to hard money mortgages. We'll talk more about hard money later. But Paul, tell us about you and tell us about this deal.
My name is Paul Starnes. I work for Investmark, and this is one of my rental houses. I found this from a wholesaler that called me, and he said, hey, I've got this house, meet me out here on Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. He had multiple people coming out, so I walked it, went through, and it was one of those urgency grade things. Walked it, kind of knew what the rehab was going to be, made him an offer, he called me back. That's how I found it. So, law of averages, the more people you talk to, the more deals you'll be able to find. Yeah. This house got it accepted. I did hard money with it. You guys are doing the rehab. Bought it for $69. Rehab's going to be about $33, and it appraised for $123.
Awesome.
So we'll go over the numbers on that in a little while.
Cool.
But yeah, what else do I need to add?
So you said wholesaler. Most people watching have no idea what a wholesaler is. What is that?
A wholesaler is someone that finds properties and sells them. They're not taking interest in the property, they're just assigning the rights of the property. So we did this through an assignment. The wholesaler found the owners. The owners wanted to sell. It was in poor condition. And so we came out and bought it. So he found this, assigned it over to me. A wholesaler is just basically someone that sells houses at a lower cost and just moves.
Right, they're making a profit, they're providing a service, getting somebody out of a problem,
Absolutely.
Getting somebody else into investment property. One of the things that's very interesting is so many people come to me like, hey, I need to buy some rent houses. And I usually say, hey, you need to go talk to XYZ, somebody else, whatever, buy your house. Sometimes we'll help them, but we just don't have a lot of time for that because we're in the property management business. And I say, hey, go get some wholesalers. And they're like, well, no, I got this real estate agent. I can tell you the number of times on like maybe two hands in the last 3 years that good investment properties have been found from a real estate agent on the MLS. Wholesaling is where you kind of got to go because these are homes that they don't finance for traditional financing. No. A real estate agent wouldn't even know what to do with this house because we're going to look at some pictures of the inside, but most real estate agents would just turn around and say, I can't list it. And then the reason is because the flooring's horrible, the plumbing's horrible, if there's something, it's horrible. Other than the roof, it's horrible. Yeah. So, so it's got to be cash or hard money. Yeah. And you go ahead and spend a little time telling us what hard money is and where, and we'll talk about it again later too.
Yeah. So hard money, all hard money is a short-term loan that can include rehab funds so you can purchase a flip or rental. So, I mean, that's as easy as it is. This one is exactly what we did. We closed in about 10 days. You talk about wholesalers and all this other stuff. The one key thing I like to help my clients with is I say, hey man, look everywhere. Wholesalers, realtors, you guys start calling people. You have to have a good network and a good team. If you have a good team, like you guys are part of my team, you can find deals. And it's getting the word out and find them that way. So, yeah.
And another thing that I'm just thinking of right now is I've had so many people say I'm afraid to buy this house because it needs all these issues. Like a home inspector would just turn around and walk away, shake his head, go into this. So, real estate agents like trying to protect somebody from buying a bad house. Well, this is a bad house right now. And so they wouldn't do it. And a home inspector would say, don't buy it either. But I always tell people, if you're going to, especially if you're new and you don't know what a house is going to look like or what it would take to get it to be finished, take that house to a hard money lender. Mm-hmm. And you may disagree with me. I tell people, use a hard money lender, not just because it's easy to get, not say easy, they're good funds, they're good, the product's good and it's easier to work with, but it's kind of like same as cash. But a hard money lender is not going to lend money on a deal that's not going to work. Absolutely. Because they're not going to want to, they don't want the house, they just want to lend money to get back. And they may connect you to vendors for different things, services too. So I always tell people, use hard money guys. There's more value to a hard money lender than just the money. There's the connections and sometimes it's a house. Sometimes hard money guys have houses that are brought to them, but not somebody to borrow for. So if you're hooked up with a lender, and you're looking for houses, well, sometimes a hard money guy has a house like, hey, here's a house, I just don't have anybody to buy it, but I'll lend on it, and there you go.
Yeah, we are looking for wholesalers. We're looking for houses, and moreover, when people apply with us, I have a list of wholesalers and contacts you can contact. I have a list of good team people like you guys, some other contractors and whatnot. So not only do we lend hard money, but we have the experience and know-how and know what's going on to give you some nice puzzle pieces to put the puzzle together.
Well, I know, and a lot of general contractors, I know DFW in particular we don't want to work with people that are just off on their own. I want them to come from a specific referral source or a trusted hard money lender. And there's only really 3 or 4 that I feel comfortable with. And I pretty much told my office, we're not bidding it unless it's coming from one of these vendors, because we know that the funds are going to be good, because we know that it's actually a legit transaction. I don't have to worry about chasing money. So that's another thing about hard money. People take it more serious when they're going looking for vendors.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard money is the way to go on a house like this.
All right, now it's hot outside. It's not hot as it's going to be in a month. Yeah. But let's take the conversation to just down the street.
Yep.
And then that way we can sit down and talk a little bit more about the numbers on the spreadsheet.
Absolutely.
And then kind of I'll maybe talk about the inside of this thing too.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, thank you.